right.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year. Last thing. Speaking of next year, last thing I had in the NFL, some head coach movement. We can touch on these guys a little bit. I think the
Big one this
most
morning.
predictable thing of the entire carousel, if you will, was Mike Vrabel to the Patriots. That
Yeah.
was written in the stars. That happened.
I was gonna say that verbatim. That's crazy that you said that. I was gonna word for word say the same thing.
That was like happened like 2 hours after the Patriots regular season ended. And then
Yeah.
they also got Terrell Williams from Detroit, who's the Detroit defensive line coach, to be their defensive coordinator. I think next in line was Ben Johnson to the Bears. This kind of sparks a whole nother conversation about head coaching interviews of of coaches on playoff teams that are preparing for playoff games.
Hmm.
I know a lot of Detroit fans were not happy with Ben Johnson apparently having his staff like close to assembled, like as soon as he got to Chicago. At least
Yeah.
a plan in place. So it's an interesting conversation. I don't know what the fix is. I really don't, because it's a similar thing with college and the bowl games and the transfer portal and all that, where
There's loopholes.
the timing doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's unfair timing, because if you make these other guys wait for interviews, these other teams, they can't wait. They got to put their staffs together. They need some type of contingency, and they need a plan on how to attack the offseason. You can't be waiting until mid-February for this stuff. Like, you really got to get it rolling. It's really unfortunate. So I don't know what the fix is. I don't know if there is a fix. I think you just kind of have to live with it. I think Detroit's also jaded by the fact they just got destroyed in their 15
In
and
their own
2 home playoff
stadium.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would not blame Ben Johnson for that either. Your quarterback is concussed. You scored 31 points. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other
Oh.
stuff that didn't go your way that I would complain about first. Um, then we got Aaron Glenn to the Jets. Good for the Jets, man. They secured somebody. Um,
That's a move of all time.
he
That's what
did
that
he
is.
did he did okay with not a lot in Detroit, and he was good when he had his full arsenal with him. And the Jets have a fairly complete roster in my opinion. The big problem is quarterback. I mean, I have no idea what you do there. So good luck, Aaron Glenn, figuring that one out. But you got a pretty good defensive roster. I think he can be pretty competitive pretty soon with the Jets. And then most recently this morning, officially announced Liam Cohen to the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a saga that was.
Yeah,
Um,
that was something.
and really unfortunate that all these people take this stuff way too seriously on social media. I think Liam Cohen's wife tweeted that they were actually at the hospital with their son, who was like an autoimmune disease. So that's why there was like no conversation on where they were and what they were doing. So really ridiculous stuff from Tampa Bay fans there, calling him like a
Yeah.
snake and all this stuff like that. Like really unfortunate. Big hire for Jacksonville. Also, shout out Liam Cohen got Trent Baalke fired. Huge win for Jacksonville and their fans. Liam Cohen, you are a savior. I wish you all the best as well with your family situation. I hope that's all good, and I hope you can turn Trevor Lawrence around, because yikes
Yeah, it needs a turnaround
with that
badly.
situation recently in Jacksonville. Doug Peterson, interesting stint following the Urban Meyer era that
That
lasted
was
like
also an
two
interest.
weeks.
That was quite the stint.
Thank God Trent Baalke is gone. Thank you, Liam Cohen.
Yeah. That,
And then also this morning, Pete Carroll
yep.
out of retirement. We're assembling the retirement home in the AFC West. Um,
Yep.
Andy
You got
Reid, Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, and Jim
Harbaugh,
Harbaugh.
Jim,
Okay.
because John is in Baltimore.
Yes, I mix up their names. I can picture their faces. Their faces are different actually. I
Yeah,
usually mess up their
Jim's
names
the
though.
one without a Super Bowl. He's got the natty
He's
though.
got the natty. Fun AFC West
Very
stuff. I shout out
yeah,
Pete Carroll gets to stay on the West Coast doing his thing. Knowing him, he'll bring Marshawn Lynch out of retirement again. Um,
dude, that would be insane.
bring him back to
Marshawn
the
Lynch.
Raiders.
He was on the Raiders, right?
Yeah, for like 2 minutes.
Wow.
Fun head coaching saga.
That's
Final note: Saints are relevant. I have no idea what they're doing. And then the Cowboys. They get rid of McCarthy, and they're just kind of plodding along, and they want to hire Brian Schottenheimer, who's like a disgraced offensive coordinator that bounces around NFL teams like a high school thought, um, because he can't stick anywhere because no one thinks he's good coordinator. That
I
was
think they
maybe
want Kellen Moore back too.
maybe a
I
little
guess though.
harsh. Maybe they do. If I was Kellen Moore, I wouldn't go back though.
Yeah, that would be dumb.
So yeah, interesting situation. Apparently, Dion would take the job, which obviously he would. Who would say no to the Cowboys head coaching job?
Yeah,
Realistically, coming from Colorado, he's complaining with Colorado athletic department about NIL stuff. Shocker.
yeah. Who could have seen this one coming?
And yeah, I said the Saints have no clue what they're doing. I have no clue what the Saints are doing. I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't even have an inkling of who they could hire. So that's a little recap on the head coaching carousel this year. Fun
Yeah, that
stuff.
was a fun recap. I like it. I like it.
Fun
You did
stuff
good.
out of that.